We think way too highly of ourselves, however at the same time we think way too lowly. Our current situation is not a chance of circumstances, it's a choice. God made our free will. Meaning it's God tier, it's perfect. Also meaning our will is a willful movement either towards or away from Him. Why do when twin sisters are raised by a single, promiscuous, drug addict, abusive mother, one follows into her mother's footsteps while the other becomes the total opposite? Maybe because life shows us what is good and what is bad, and we end up making a choice. We cannot keep blaming God for our current situation. Even though every time I stub my toe I scream, "Why God? What is it about us? Why is it that we choose what's not God, what's not good?" Because what is God is to love and serve others. And what is not God is to love and serve ourselves through others. God gives, we take. He does have an infinity amount to give, which is the main reason why we should take from Him and not from this world. But to take from Him, we must be His. And our free will does not want to be determined by no one. And so, He lets us make our choice and live with the consequences. Temptation is something we know will have a bad outcome, but it will feel good. Like smoking weed, and then on the next day, not to be able to read the Word of God. Or being violent towards someone who's been harassing and mocking you because they think they can keep getting away with it, since you've turned the other cheek countless times. But then you have to worry about their retaliation, and you're teaching yourself that every time someone bothers you, react, use violence. All those things may seem like circumstances that make you just want to feel good and forget about the world or finally get the respect that you deserve. Well, not really respect. Fear will have to suffice for foolish people. But you choose not to because you can't let your circumstances influence you. You can't let them determine what you do. If circumstances either make bad people or strong good people, are circumstances to blame for who we are, or are they the catalysts of our true character? There are a lot of people who think they're weak because they don't like violence, until they start training martial arts and do pretty well. You practically have to kill them to take them off the ring. But then they get bored of it and quit. But now they know, they prove to themselves push comes to shove they're resilient and brave. But they simply do not like violence. And so, they no longer see themselves as weak. Just someone who is meek. Who has self-control, and even though she now knows the power that she has and what she could do with it, she chooses not to. She chooses to honor morality, she chooses to do it God's way, because it's written in our hearts. Her feelings, her rage, her past does not determine her actions. Her choice to follow Jesus does. God didn't determine any of our actions, but He made sure they ended up in good. And if we choose not to do good, well, too bad. Okay, but if circumstances don't determine us, and they simply show us who we are, is our character determined? Are we good or bad since birth? Have we always had the inclination towards the god of this world, Satan, rather than our true and only God? Maybe. However, just like we choose to wake up every day to go to a job we hate to make money, so can we continue to choose to do what does not come natural to us for our benefit. Therefore, at the end of the day it will always be irrelevant what the outside world is like, what is in our hearts, if the devil and Jesus are playing tug of war with our souls. We choose. God made us free. And with freedom comes choice, options, chaos. And if we don't have a single path, if we don't choose one single master to follow, we'll be like headless chickens running aimlessly. Having mixed morals, inconsistent standards, and a messy life overall. God is here to bring determination to our free will, by choosing or refusing Him. He made our free will. We can truly choose between A or B. Determinists are quitters who can't take responsibility for their actions, who can't accept the world is the way it is because beings so smart act so dumb. And so, they think to themselves, there's no way I did that because of my ego, no way I have no self-control. Therefore, the only explanation is, I'm not in control.